What's up, hybrids? Welcome back to another episode of the Phantom Hybrid Podcast. This is Hanako, and I'm here with Anthony and Michelle, and we are discussing finally on this show Stranger Things. Woo!
Right. We have to change our name too.
Do we? What? Oh, we did. We do. We do. Hold on.
Buyer's remorse. The Lost Boys.
Oh shoot.
About damn time. No, you spelled the right time.
That
I like your screen name. It says about damn time.
back to the upside down.
Right.
Leave it like
that. About damn time.
Right. How long have we been trying to do Stranger Things? We've been trying to do Stranger Things since what, season 3? And we just have not had a chance.
But that's not even why I'm saying that.
Oh, I know why you're saying it, but I'm
okay.
Just saying,
I'm saying it for.
It has multiple meanings for this.
Okay.
We've been talking about
several
things outside of the podcast.
Right.
And we've been wanting to do it. We just have, even this right here, we're about to discuss volume 1. We've been trying to do volume 1 since Thanksgiving. It is 2 days before Christmas. And we're just like, we have rescheduled this so many times because of our schedules, but this is Michelle's thing, y'all. Y'all know how everybody has their fandoms. Like everybody knows with me, it was Harry Potter, and then it's Outlander and Walking Dead. For Anthony, it's Star Wars and Lord of the Rings. Stranger Things is Michelle's jam, and she has been itching for us to discuss it. So we're finally here. We're going to talk about season 5, volume 1, which includes the first 4 episodes of the final season of the show.
Right. Oh, another about damn time. We've been waiting for years for the final season.
Yeah. Yes, we have. And that's the crazy thing. This show is 5 seasons. They've been doing this for 11 years.
That's crazy.
It is.
Like in that time, Millie Bobby Brown has gotten
grown.
Yeah, she has gotten married and has a baby now.
They grown people.
What?
They grown. Yeah. Watching this first episode, I'm like, these are adults.
They are adults. They are adults.
And I do, like Michelle said, I do work with high school kids. And yes, most of them, a lot of them look like adults.
Mm-hmm.
But still.
It's jarring. It's jarring, especially when we've seen them literally grow up on screen. I think that's the case, not just with this show, but even the shows where we watch them like gradually progress, like watching Chandler Riggs grow up on The Walking Dead.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't a lot of long hiatuses with that show, but still we watched him from a little bitty kid to pretty much a grown man on that show. So it's just it's very weird to see. And then watching all of their cast interviews and stuff lately, I'm just like, wow, it's so weird. They're grown. They're like really, really grown. But anyway, let's get into this volume 1 because there's a lot to talk about. We're not going to do a lot of recaps because if you're watching or listening to us right now discuss Stranger Things and you don't know what's going on with Stranger Things, you in the wrong place.
This is not for you.
If you don't mind, spoilers, that's fine. But I think we all pretty much, if we're here, we're caught up. We know what's going on. So we could just talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly with volume 1. The first thing I'm going to mention is they start off the show, episode 1, with a flashback of Will when he gets when he's in the Upside Down. He's been in the Upside Down at this point for I think 4 days when when this particular episode starts. So you get to see him running from the Demogorgon. You see his first encounter with Vecna. The thing with the sucking or the putting whatever into his, I've dealt with enough gross stuff in the last month after watching Welcome to Derry. I was like,
and then I'm still like, it's playing in the background and I'm still wondering, what is it?
Right.
What is it? Because
the stuff.
But it kept him alive though, because that's how Hopper and
Joyce found him.
Joyce found him.
Mm-hmm.
And
remember, he threw up.
And that is what's happening to the kids right now. So I'm like,
it's the black smoke.
Right. Is it giving them nutrients? Like it's some ambiotic fluid with the stuff in it? Like what is happening?
I don't know, but it's gross.
I guess that's something that they ain't thinking about. Like, how is it keeping them with substance and stuff? It's disgusting. And then when he went, so when he went to okay, never mind. Because it came out. Did it come out the back too? When he got home, I'm just wondering. Okay, so I'm gonna leave that one alone. That's just my thoughts.
I mean, these are things that we wonder. I mean, it's but when we were watching this scene, or when I was watching this scene, the thing that got me, first of all, the technology that they used to put Noah Schnapp's face on to the little kid was really interesting, because I really thought this was another little kid that they just got to look like him. Then I found out I actually know one of the actors who worked as his body double in this particular episode, and he's a shorter actor, younger actor, and he was telling me that they kind of transposed the face on several of them to kind of get different angles, I think, throughout the season. But I heard Noah talking about it, and I was like, oh, that's interesting, because I really thought this little kid, I was like, did they film this before, or what did they do? But it was interesting because they did a pretty good job. It was better than Renesmee Man Twilight. I will say that.
Yeah. The de-aging technology has gotten better.
It was better than Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
It was definitely better than Captain Marvel.
Yeah. So it has gotten, that was been years ago, so it has gotten better.
Right. But
and the transposing is better than what's that movie? Star Wars Rogue One, where they did it with Leia.
Yes.
And then it's also they did it in
they did it in The Mandalorian too.
The Mandalorian with Luke.
Yeah.
So the meshing of those technologies got so much better.
Yeah. Yeah. But so we see Will in Castle Byers. He's hiding from the Demogorgon. The Demogorgon finds him, starts chasing him. Now, the thing that got me was when Will was climbing up the tree to get away from him, I think he would have been fine. But as soon as he saw the Demogorgon, you hear him do the loud breathing. I was like, why do kids do that? Why do people do that when you're hiding and you make this obvious noise, like drawing the attention? And then he's in the tree. He jumps over to another tree to get away from the Demogorgon. He starts falling. His book bag strap gets caught on one of the limbs. And he just turns his head and watches as the strap comes undone instead of grabbing for the strap to hold on. I was like, I know he's only 12 at this point.
Yeah, he's
but I was just like, because that's one thing when I was a kid playing with the book bag, that was one of the things you always did. You play it with the strap, you let the strap loose, you pull it back, you let the strap loose, you pull it back. It was like, you could have easily done that. I mean, the Demogorgon probably still would have gotten him, but you would have at least try.
Well, again, this is first time being kidnapped.
and you do have to say that with this character, like
first time being in a tree hanging by your book bag,
right? And the upside down,
being chased by
now they, all the kids after season 1 is ready to fight, but this time this was the first.
I was just
this was the first.
You could have did a little bit more, Will, but of course, if he did that, then we wouldn't have the story that we have now. So, I guess it, I don't want to say worked out, because he's been struggling for a while.
Oh, yeah.
Since then. But I will say this. One of the things I love about this first volume, he doesn't feel as on the outside as he has seasons 2 through 4. Like, it was always the friend group, and then he was kind of to the side. And I really like that it feels like the guys are being better friends to him now. And I don't know if that's because Hawkins is cut off from everything else and they're all just kind of stuck together. But even with the scenes with Mike, when you see Mike and Elle, at least in the last few seasons, like those two really got on my nerves. Like, I understand teenage hormones and first love and all that, but y'all got on my nerves.
And that's pretty much it. I think with this is because there is a goal. There is a purpose. We're not just out being teenagers. If we were out just being teenagers, then it still may be a little different. And I think also that Will is starting to become his own. Because like after that conversation in season 4 with his brother and everything. So he's starting to, like not just stay on the side.
Yeah.
I also think they had a little bit of reconciliation at the end of season 4.
I think, that too.
Yeah.
And now, there's a goal, and everyone's on the team, and everyone contributes to this goal.
Yeah, and I like that we see that, because the last few seasons is kind of like I really felt like for you guys to be so worried about Will season 1 when he was missing and everything. I feel like the kids took it for granted that, we got him back and he's here, and they treated him like trash. Like, I was really angry at these kids the last few seasons, because it felt like, this is a kid who y'all went through so much to try to get him back. And now that y'all have him back, y'all are still kind of pushing him to the side and not paying attention to him.
Well, and they've been like that, period. They all have not been good friends at a certain point to even each other.
Well, they got caught up in other things.
They
like
just not get stopped.
11 and Lucas has Mac.
Don't even.
Dustin has Susie.
No. Mike just not been a good friend.
Will has nothing.
And that's it. Mike has not been a good friend.
Yeah.
But Mike is not the only one, though. Lucas is his friend, and so is Dustin.
Okay, so we won't even want to get there.
But Mike is but
Mike is his friend, and Mike being his main friend. Like, even though they are a group of friends, like they were the first little part. So Mike should have been like, hey, because even in season 1, it wasn't Mike who was like, let's go find Will. Actually, it was the episode where Lucas was like, forget all this. We need to be finding this boy.
Yeah.
Where Will at?
Yeah.
Let's find Will.
But Mike was caught up with 11.
However, they treated Lucas wrong in season 4. So
again,
but you know what? I will say this too, though.
Caught up with 11. He didn't have time for Mike.
What about
Will?
What about season 4?
He didn't have time for Will.
What about season 4?
I will say this too, and you kind of see a little bit of that with Dustin in this season. Lucas was being a bit of an asshole in season 4.
No.
Yes.
No.
The whole thing about wanting to be with the popular guy.
No, but he said why. He kept telling them why. So that boy was balancing trying to be on the basketball team for them to become popular. He said, I'm trying to get us not to get picked on. At the same time, he's still in the Hellfire Club. One day, he asked for them to come to the game, an important game to him. They did not show up. They didn't really ask for the campaign to be postponed. They literally went to his sister, grabbed his sister. They won, walk out. He actually did something great no one even knows. He is sitting there playing Mission Impossible. He is following these boys around, knowing something is wrong, but trying to cover for his friends at the same time. I'm sorry, he was more of a friend.
No, and I get that part. I do. But I think the thing that bothered me about Lucas and that whole thing was that group has never wanted to be popular. And I get you wanting to, keep them from getting picked on or whatever. But if the rest of your friends are telling you we're really not interested in that whole thing, for you to still be like, okay, well, I'm trying to help us out. Whatever. We don't want that kind of help. We don't want it. Now, should they have gone to his game? Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Does it help them out now? Yeah. Because how he walk around the school, he about to beat up people and no one messes with.
But that had nothing to do with him being on the team. That had to do with him standing up to the team, which he should have been doing in the first place.
Well, you know, it was hard for Tom Cruise, though. Tom Cruise was charismatic. You know what I'm saying? He was until he wasn't.
No.
Like, even Lucas said, I'm sorry I came knocking because you are batshit crazy. I'm sorry, friends. We'll be having cursing on this episode, but
we ground. We all right.
But Tom Cruise was charismatic, though.
Well, you know what? I look
until he wasn't,
because he was into that whole, like, he started out fake to me, like the whole pep talk and blah blah. I was like, oh, you finna be one of these bullshit characters,
right?
Like,
it is. We know
that makes everyone like you, and then when you look at how he really is,
it's horrible. And guess what? He ends up becoming. Sorry, car salesman. He'll end up being a car salesman in his hometown. But in high school, that is his peak, and everyone loves him. Yeah, he did.
Okay, yeah, he did. Okay,
he got cut straight down right.
Yes, he sure did. Absolutely.
Oh, okay. So we can agree that everyone has just been just.
I mean, it's their growing pains. They're going through puberty. They're going through that whole transition from middle school to high school. So there's gonna be some disagreements and stuff. But it's kind of like, I kind of felt like Lucas was losing the focus of what that friend group was in the pursuit of trying to be part of the popular kids or part of the kids that's not. It's kind of like March with the patty cakes on Welcome to Derry. Like, you know, these kids are assholes, but because they're the popular assholes, you want to be a part of that group, and you're ignoring either your gut feeling or you're ignoring what your friends are telling you, like, hey, this is not you. And I don't know, I just feel like there was a better way he could have approached that. Which,
and we can agree to disagree. I still disagree with that, because I still think his intentions were good, but he also was a good athlete. So I think it was okay for him to explore something different. Because that's the same with Mike and Will. So, like, Will leaves and you don't even contact Will, but that's another story. But we'll go with who's in Hawkins. I think he was doing something different. Yeah. Now, realizing that you found another set of friends, you're trying to merge friends, and that wasn't working. Then you realize the friends you were trying to merge with, not necessarily all of them, because the other black boy was going through some things too. That's why he got taken by Vecna. But those wasn't the right people. Yeah. But you still are a good athlete, you found out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
like,
so you can be the geek and you can be the athlete. He has to learn how to reconcile that. Just because you want to be something in the school that's not being picked on, that your friends don't want to, and that friend groups can't merge.
That's the key.
And that's something that you learn in high school.
Something you learn in high school. Your friend groups can't merge,
and that you will meet and become friends with different groups of people, and you may be in different groups, but you also got to stay true to your core.
And I think,
but your core has to also understand that you can be interested in other things, and they didn't reconcile that part too with them.
I don't think that was the problem that they had with Lucas, but Lucas. Oh
yeah,
Lucas acted ashamed of who they are and what they did. Like, anytime the basketball guys brought up, like, you hanging with those nerds? Oh, no. Oh, I'm not a part of Hellfire. No, I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. When you get to the part where you have to lie about who you are to impress somebody else, that's when I start having a problem with it.
Right, but I'm just talking with the friend group. They even didn't reconcile that he could be doing something different. That's all I was talking about.
And they were wrong for that. Yeah, but
yeah, so he managed the situation as best he could for who he is, because I think we also forget that there's not many other Black kids in the school.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah. So it's a combination.
Yeah.
It's just like y'all say how, Steve is wrong. See, I can't. I'm going to co-sign on Steve and Lucas.
Right.
No, I'm just saying I'm going to co-sign for Steve and Lucas.
But who?
I will not co-sign for Will.
What did we say that Steve was wrong?
Nothing. I'm just saying the two people I love, Lucas and Steve. That's what you just
said. Just like y'all said, Steve is wrong. Who's Steve?
I said when y'all say something about Steve, I will co-sign too on Steve. I was just saying.
She's preempting us. That's what she's doing.
Even though Jonathan too wasn't even a good brother to Will last season. He realized that he was high most of the time when his brother needed him. He said it. I'm sorry.
But you know what? I will say this for Jonathan. Somebody else said this on social media today, and I was like, finally, somebody said it. Like, nobody really gives Jonathan the credit he deserves for the stuff that he has been through. Like this boy, when Joyce was working, season 1, Joyce is working so much that Jonathan, a teenager, is put in charge of Will, which, us Gen X and older, that's kind of how our parents did. Mm-hmm. Like, you have the older siblings and they watch the younger siblings as helping. But, now I look at that differently. Like, they didn't have them children. They shouldn't be responsible for those children. Jonathan had to literally take care of Will. When Will was the one who came up missing, Joyce was like, well, you didn't even notice that he was, why would he be the one? You're the mom.
He had a job.
He had to be the one to go and like really identify Will's body. He had to be the one to plan a funeral on his own. He had to go and find their father. Like, Jonathan had to deal with a lot, and he has not had the proper support that he needed. So Jonathan, I have my problems with him this season, but I really feel like Jonathan should really be given a break because everybody else supports all the other players, or everybody else has somebody else's back. Nobody really has Jonathan's back. Well, not even Nancy.
That's the curse of being the oldest.
Yeah.
You don't have that support because it's just you.
Yeah.
Right.
And you don't expect the support from anyone.
Yeah. And I got nothing to say for Will. I mean, not Will.
For Jonathan.
Yeah. I just.
Yeah.
Before we get too deep, I just want to say the coolest scene to me was in this first episode was when Dustin was getting picked on by the basketball players. And Lucas comes strutting down the hall.
Listen.
I was like, oh, somebody about to get their ass whipped.
Just the whole energy in that scene changed. And it's like, Lucas isn't even, it's not like he bulked up or anything. It was just the attitude. So when he comes in and he was like, hey, don't touch him anymore. Remember what happened when my sister kicked you in the nuts? Well, I'm going to kick you in the nuts and this is going to happen. Then Mike and the others come around and Mike was like, oh, I think we need to take care of these mouth breathers. I was so hyped.
It's like we understand, but nobody else understands what they have gone through, what they have they've been through the fire, they have crossed the burning sea. I mean, they have done all this stuff. And these little bullies, this is nothing. And that's my bone to pick with Dustin. Like, Dustin, we got bigger fish to fry. Yeah, I know you want to keep Eddie's memory alive, and I know you want to do all this, but like, why you keep messing with these bullies? They mean nothing.
He is grieving. Now we talked about grief.
I understand that, but y'all grieve in a different way. But can we not grieve by poking the bear? Can we not grieve by instigating the bullies?
Yeah,
and I get it. Them up.
But again,
right, because he has no focus on what they're doing. He doesn't.
I mean, he still has the focus, but I also feel like Dustin is also kind of in that he's in a similar place with where Jonathan is, where it's like everybody depends on Dustin for so much, especially Steve. You know, it's like we got a problem. Oh, we're gonna go to Dustin. We need to figure this out. Oh, we're gonna go to Dustin. And it's like Dustin is obviously grieving. Dustin was the one who sat there and watched Eddie die. You know, he's the one who pulled Eddie into all of this. And so not only does he have grief because his friend is gone, but he also feels guilt. And then on top of that, life has pretty much gone on for everybody else. And the whole town is pretty much just written Eddie off because, again, they're believing this false narrative that he's the cause of most of this stuff. And I can feel Dustin is grieving and he is angry. And he is. And he, like, you know, like,
and he has no focus. He's not focused. We can be completely honest. He doesn't. He's going along with the plans, but he's stuck into his grief. He can't see the forest from the trees right now. Like, they have a goal. Because we can say the same thing with other people that's in this family.
Lucas especially is grieving.
I know.
He is focused.
Because he's trying.
Lucas.
Because he knows what the goal is. He hasn't made it past that point. But so somehow in volume 2, something's going to happen with push him forward. Like, okay, now I have to do something. We really have to end this. We have to avenge Eddie's death and everything like that. But right now he's kind of stuck.
I mean, they're all kind of stuck, but going back to what Anthony just said, yeah, Lucas is different because I think Lucas, he's grieving, but his person is still there. There is still a chance that Max will come out of it. So I think it's different for Lucas and Dustin because Lucas, his hope is right there. And don't you say it, Anthony, but I'm just saying. His hope is right there. Max is sitting right there in a hospital.
But that can be worse. That can be worse.
It can be, but at least there's a possibility. With Eddie, there's no possibility.
But you know what happened to him.
But
he went out in the
gone.
Right, and you know
not coming back. You can't bring him back. You can't make him come back. And I know these are supposed to be teenagers, and grief is really, really. The loss of a loved one is really tough on teenagers.
Yeah. It's really hard on us as adults.
On a lot of people. Yeah. But it's especially hard on teenagers because they don't really know how to process their emotions in general. Right. Much less a very intense emotion like the loss of a loved one.
Right.
So I understand his pain. But my issue with him is they have other stuff. Like, they have something that's considerably more important that even he knows. And he will probably say that. But for some reason, because of his grief, because of his not able to really process his anger, he can't move forward.
Yeah.
He's really, like Michelle said, he's stuck. A lot of them are kind of stuck, but he is stuck more than anyone. And that's why when they all come up to him when he's being bullied, they're looking at him like, what do you, and they all see it too. Yeah. They're like, why are you doing all this? Like, you can be fine with keeping the Hellfire Club and wearing a shirt, but like, you are literally pushing the bully's buttons.
But that's what happens a lot of times when they're dealing with their grief and anger. It's like,
yeah, take it out on somebody.
Not only that, but it's almost like, again, he feels guilt. So it's almost like he's wanting someone to take it out on him. He's wanting someone to punish him for what he feels like is his part in Eddie's death. And I really feel like that's what it is. He may not recognize that that's what it is, but I really feel like Dustin feels like he deserves to be punished. You know what I'm saying? But also he's angry at these other people because y'all also contributed to this. So it's kind of like, it's one of those things where he's like you said, Michelle, something major is going to have to happen for him to sit down and be like, okay, you know what? I've got to stop. I've got to let this go. But
he needs to prioritize. He needs to do like short-term goal, long-term goal.
Well, I know what's going to help him along because he's even treating the other person he's closest to like trash right now, which is Steve. So again, what's gonna happen? I already know what's gonna happen. I already
no, we're not.
But you know,
Steve is a dead man.
No,
this is
stop.
almost say it out loud.
No, because that little clip in the trailer where they're telling each other, "You die, I die, you die, and I do." Excuse me, gentlemen. What we are not doing is dying. We will not have any Steve Harrington. No.
But that will knock some sense to him, like, because Steve will do anything for him.
Yeah.
So maybe that will get on board. But if we kind of predict, I hope Steve don't die, because ultimately, if you kill Steve, I really feel bad for Dustin, because that's it.
Yeah.
Like, that's grief on top of grief and stuff. Now, I don't necessarily feel like he feel guilty for bringing Eddie in. They really was trying to help. I feel it's more guilt that you could not help him and then show people that he was a brave person who helped save the world type of person. But then you got another person you close to. You was Eddie and Steve. Two different people, but you love both of them. And they both die. And everybody else get to go get married and run off in the lilies in the field. I'm going to have a problem with that. Yeah. I do. I'm okay with the old people dying because we older, the parents, we die. But he loses two?
Yeah. Yeah. And I think he's also lashing out at Steve because, again, it's just one of those things. He's not processing his grief. He's like, oh, Eddie died, but you're still here. And I don't think he's upset that Steve is still there, but I just think he does not know where to place his anger and his grief right now.
Right.
You know, but.
Yeah, because he's a teenager. So it's like it comes out in a whole different ways.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially given what they've been through the last few years.
Like other people, it has come like Will has changed because he's becoming into himself. You know, he gotten taller. He still has the bowl cut.
They were sitting at that table in lunch. He a grown man.
Yeah. He's getting older. He's you know, understanding his feelings. Mike, he still got 11. You know what I'm saying? 11 around. Lucas, reason why he looked like that, he has matured though into himself,
and because Lucas he was also maintaining. Like, I think after him and old boy got into the fight last season, he was like, "Oh, this ain't gonna happen again."
And then he literally had his like girlfriend die in his arms. Then came back, and then every day you go into the hospital, go visit her after school at the math tutoring. So that has you know, you walk around
math tutoring.
I'm just saying.
And this has been 18 months.
Right. So he is still visiting her. So he has gotten, you know, some age onto him, some maturity. You know, he's becoming an adult.
Mm-hmm. And he has that unfuckwittable attitude, like, oh,
right, because I've seen it, you know what I'm saying? I've seen it all. Yeah. I've seen it all.
Yeah.
Imagine you seeing someone twice lift up in the air. Last time, limbs breaking, blood coming out her eyes. Like, come on now. That's a little too much.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know, ain't none of these kids getting therapy. None.
No.
Because all the therapists probably left town before the town got
right. Because the one person who was going to therapy ended up in the coma in the hospital. So we ain't going to that therapist. No, I'm sorry. All her patients was dead.
Well, that was a school counselor.
I don't care. I'm just joking. I don't care. We're not going to the school counselor for no referral.
No.
So
okay. All right. Let's move on.
I really just wanted to say, Lucas looked like he really was going to hurt somebody when he walked up.
I was waiting for it. I was like, oh, they're gonna buck up at Lucas and it's gonna be a fight. They didn't even try.
No.
Lucas got in his face, and then here comes, like, I was so impressed by Lucas and Mike. And just, it's almost like, look, we have faced down Vecna. You think we scared of you? And just the confidence that came out of both of them. When Mike said mouth breather, I was like, oh, that version of mouth breather sounds so different from when it came out your mouth in season 1. Like, okay, I can get down with it.
And the thing about with Mike, he wasn't even involved. He was just sitting in a pizza parlor holding it 11's hand. He didn't have to go through anything.
Oh, last season.
I'm sorry, he didn't. But okay. I digress. I digress.
I mean, he was in the buyer's house when they got shot up, and he did get shot at. So
when this season?
No, last season. Yeah. Remember?
The Call of Duty episode. Yeah. Yes. That's what it makes me think of. Yeah, you did see somebody die in the van. Yeah, y'all trying to bury him,
and also the 2 agents in the house.
Right. Yeah, I'm saying, and as he, died alive. But yeah, okay, there's a little trauma there.
Yeah,
I give him something. He matured a little bit.
They all have it, and then not to mention your girlfriend is the main person that these government agencies, everybody's trying to get. And
I'm giving Mike a hard time because honestly, I don't care for Mike. However, one of my things was hopefully he starts redeeming himself this season.
What you got to redeem himself from?
He just had to grow up.
He was a bad friend.
Yeah. I mean, but you know what?
And Mike is, but listen, he has.
Yeah.
I like how he is with his sister.
Yeah, I like his art. They've done really good his art.
Okay.
I think you give him more of a hard time than you should about being a bad friend.
No, he deserved it because he was a bad friend. But like I said, with this season, what we've seen so far in these 4 episodes, it seems like they've all matured and they are all being better friends, not just to each other, but you get to see them interact with other people.
And they're grown-up versions of season 1. Like when you were watching like an episode of season 1, and they are mature versions of that season.
Right, but Mike wasn't great in season 1, but okay.
No, he
was before 11 showed up. So yeah.
He was. He really was.
Yeah.
I know I'm not as huge.
I'm just joking. But I'm just saying I'm liking how
versions of the character.
Right. I'm liking how they're presenting Mike right now. That's what I'm saying. I'm liking it. Like how he's taking care of his sister. I'm liking it. I'm liking it.
However, you shouldn't have lied to Holly and told her monsters don't exist.
Especially Hawkins, at any time something can just pop up of the ground.
That comment didn't make any sense to me. I'm like, you would think that would be the person. He would at least.
I know why. Because you got to think about it. What they went through was when they were young, right? Probably. Is it the same age she is
about
now?
12. Yeah, because they aged Holly up. She's supposed to be 10 or 11 now.
So you got to think about it. It's almost like how say
she's 9.
You kind of shelter your kids from seeing things that are adult to try to wait till they're older.
Yeah.
So like they've been through a lot from a young. So he's trying to protect her as long as he can.
Well, he says next year we were gonna bring her into the D&D club.
Right, but even just with the monsters and everything, it's a lot. It can be a lot. They've been dealing with this for a long time.
Yeah.
So he's trying to keep her innocence. I said, I'll let you say that.
You give him more credit.
No, I think he really is. He's trying to keep her innocent.
I do agree.
But this ain't the time.
Right, because here's the thing. If she's telling you that her imaginary friend is telling her, I'm trying to protect you because there are monsters in this town who want to take you. Mike, you are familiar with such monsters trying to take people that you know. So maybe, and I guess the other thing that bothers me about this is because Mike is generally a smart kid. That whole group of kids they're very smart. I mean, that's one of the ways that we met them. They were all part of the science club. They are the geeks of the school. Mike, you're involved in this. Your sister has been involved in this, your older sister. What makes you think that if Holly says, hey, this thing says monsters are coming out after me, I feel like he should have thought a little bit harder about that and took it. It's kind of like going back to what Nancy said about them. Like we could have warned mom and dad. Like I know that would have been a weird conversation to have with them, especially given Karen and Ted's kind of hands off.
Yeah, that
parenting.
I agree. They would have paid any attention to him, but okay.
They wouldn't have. But
no.
Holly, I think. I mean, she's a little kid, yes, but kids, they see a lot more than we give them credit for. And you can't tell me that Holly doesn't know that weird things have happened with her brother and his friends after all the stuff that they've witnessed. You know, so it's like, I just feel like Mike probably should have taken his time a little bit.
Or ask some questions. This is almost like me and that Outlander and that doggone treasure box. Ask questions. One of the questions being, well, who talking to you? Is it a girl with red hair? Like who is it? Mm-hmm. Like, because it could be, you know what I'm saying? It could be Max talking to her, you know, things are happening. Somebody's warning her about monsters. There's some monsters. So let me find out. Let me inquire. Who could this be?
Yeah.
However, it sounds like the girl had an imaginary friend for a long time. So then, you know.
Well, no, not that she's had one for a long time. I think what Ted was saying was she wouldn't be the first kid her age to have an imaginary friend.
Right. And then she probably had, you know, she did grow up overnight, though. So she probably did have one a year ago.
Yeah.
And it was Miss Sally.
No, it probably was Mr. What's it? Because
I'm joking as in another name. Because we have a child who had I forgot what the name was.
Mr. What's
Lily.
It? No,
Lily was her imaginary friend.
No,
so I'm just saying.
I think Mr. Whatson has probably been planting that seed for a minute while he's been.
Well, before him, she did, because most kids do, had imaginary friends, especially when you're the youngest and your siblings are just gone.
Always gone.
You know what I'm saying? Like, when he wasn't gone, when Mike wasn't gone, he was with his friends in the basement.
Yeah.
And your older sister is a teenage girl. She's out and about. Mm-hmm. So you had to play with somebody. I'm just saying. So
yeah, but
I'm trying to give him, he was trying to make sure that, you know, she kept her innocence, and, you know, this is probably another imaginary friend. So
he should have told her the truth, because when the truth came for her, let me tell you, first we're looking at Ted and why did her name just Karen?
Yeah.
We're looking at Ted and Karen going through their issues, which they've never seemed like a close couple or even a compatible couple. I mean, we kind of get that when she gets ready to go take off to go meet a teenage Billy for a rendezvous. You kind of figure stuff ain't going right there, but she pushed through whatever. But it's like, now you've been quarantined in the town for 18 months. So literally you are stuck there with the other person. Not only that, now you have additional people living in your house because Joyce and her boys cannot go back to Lenore, California. So they're stuck there. I'm guessing her house in Hawkins probably got sold, but also, why would I want to go back there when I know that that's a portal for the upside down? No, not going. So you've got that stress. And then you got your two older kids who are never home. You got the youngest kid who is now spacing off, talking to people in the streets that don't exist. I was to the point where I was like, I don't even know why the parents are here because, like, really, what do they contribute to the story aside from the fact that we can look at them and be like, oh, they're shitty parents. But they stepped up.
But
I wouldn't call them shitty. I would say they're typical.
Yeah, that's what I would say. I don't they're not shitty because they like encourage their kids, but they made their homie fighting.
Karen
I mean, they were typical of the parents
right at times. But I'm just saying, and they made their house inviting that everyone will come over their house in the neighborhood.
And that's all well and good.
I'm just saying that's the parents.
Over after incident of the federal government coming to look for your children, when your children are gone and on the run for days on end, like and you again going back to the whole thing with dairy and just 80s parents in general, because yes, we did have that, we had a little bit more freedom with going outside or whatever, but
a little bit more.
But I know, like, when I was that age, here's my porch, there's the end of the street, that's as far as I could go. If my mother couldn't see me between then and that end of the street, I was in trouble. Or if I was at somebody else's house, somebody had to call. But the amount, I don't know, and it's also with everything that's going on. You've had
right, but then they check in. Like, I just had to check in. So you check in, and they did check in.
When?
Because she will say, they said they would, like, every time someone comes to the house looking for them, she was like, they said they went to the movies. You know what I'm saying? Even plenty of times they were saying they were at someone else's house when they were gone. Weren't. Right. And that's what you did. Because it's like they couldn't call you no matter what. And if you said you were going to
because we had parents that would go to the house and be like, oh, are you here? They don't do that here. They don't do that in Hawkins.
Well, I didn't have that a lot. I'm sorry. I did when I was working. So if I said I was at the next door neighbor's house, but honestly, I was at the next door neighbor. But you know what,
too? This goes back to like being in the 80s. You grew up where? Miami in the 80s, right? You were in Milledgeville. I was here in Atlanta. We had the missing and murdered children stuff going on up here. So maybe it was a little bit different. But that would go back into this, because you got children who are missing, you got children who are being murdered, you've got.
But what children have been missing and murdered? It's only been one. Barb,
Chrissy.
Well, I mean, last year, but Chrissy was because of the D&D.
No, you know what? We're gonna get off this.
That was Eddie's fault.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So they didn't think Eddie gone, so they just assumed that all the child murders are over. You see, there wasn't no child murders. It was two teenage girls. This ain't dairy, everyone. Let's rewind. We had wrong show.
You forgot about
who?
Will disappeared.
The black boy that Vecna killed, and then the other boy that was working with.
A lot of people are missing from the ground opening up. See, that's another thing. See, that's the same with season 2 about the mall fire. There's a lot of people missing there.
But they
adults and children. They said they were in the fire at the mall.
They know about the black boy.
But going back,
they also know about the boy saying, because
we are getting.
They said it was Eddie. So if I know that Eddie is gone, I am not looking for my kids, especially I ain't looking for them because they can't go nowhere. Like, we are trapped.
I'm looking for them because the military is there. We know them. Okay.
Anyway, but the military got them trapped, because let's talk about this. The military comes to your door and pick your kid up. I'm not letting my kid get on the bus and go to no. What? No,
they didn't have a choice.
No, I don't give a. We going to.
They was gonna take those kids.
This whole town let them take kids to the military. Why?
Again, I don't think the parents had a choice. I don't think
some of them didn't even know they left.
They came and said, "We're taking your child."
Again,
didn't pay attention. Some of them didn't pay attention.
They didn't ask.
My whole point of this was that the parents don't be paying attention in Hawkins.
No,
they didn't ask,
because even Lucas' parents ain't paying attention. First of all, Erica be gone for days, but you just glad she out the house.
Look, for the most part,
you glad she out the house though. You just glad she out the house. Just say you glad she out the house.
But no, I was gonna say, for the most part, they knew where Erica was. Erica was always with Tina up until
right.
recently because her and Tia.
But one time, your child was locked in a Russian underground vault for 24
again, she was
hours.
supposed to be at Tina's house. Okay,
it was after she was at the house.
She was at the house.
Okay, but
and Lucas was gone. Okay, I'm sorry.
We're gonna go back to
sorry, everybody. Okay, so these parents did not watch that commercial. Where are your kids at 10:00 p.m. because they really don't know where their kids are.
I will say this about Ted and Karen for whatever faults they have as parents, or that I feel like they have as parents. When shit hit the fan, they both stepped up.
Yeah, they did.
They
definitely did.
Because when Holly when she went to Karen, first of all, my whole thing was, how the hell do y'all not hear all this racket and all this screaming and everything that's going on? Like, it took the lights blinking for Ted to be like, what is going on? You didn't hear the walls tearing and the furniture being thrown and your daughter screaming at the top of her lungs? Karen, I can kind of understand, because she's already kind of, two sheets to the wind, and she's
listening to her Fernando,
and she's listening to her music so loud. So I can kind of sort of see, but Ted was outside. He had none of that noise interference. He should have been able to hear something, but it's okay. He saw the lights, went upstairs. Holly went to her mother, was trying to tell him. Her mom was like, it was just a nightmare. You have to feel the blood on her head in order to realize that your child is in active trauma. She is like terrified. But okay, whatever it takes. She got the memo. Now, I was looking at this scene when the Demogorgon came into the bathroom and they were hiding in the tub. I was like, do those large tubs come standard in homes back then, and why don't we have them now? Because there's no way I could have fit in that tub with a child and been hidden good. There's no way. I can't even sit on my side in my regular tub. It's just no. But okay. We in there with the Avon Skin So Soft Baby bubble bath. It worked. Almost didn't, but Ted came in right at the right time. And I love the fact that when he sees Demogorgon, he doesn't do the whole, what is this? He doesn't do the whole disbelief. He was like, get back. Like, hey. So Ted gained some respect for me, probably for the first time in 5 seasons during this scene, because he saw that thing. He didn't ask no questions. He didn't stand there dumbstruck. He didn't stand there in disbelief. He was like, what we're not going to do. When the thing came after him, he hit it with his gun. Oh, okay, you know what, Ted, you got a little bit of my respect. Now, the way that he knocked him into the wall, I thought Ted was dead. I'm very surprised that both he and Karen are still alive.
I was too, because I was like, no, don't kill Karen. But Karen went out like a boss, though.
Listen, she pulled a Molly Weasley, not my daughter, you bitch. Because she took that wine bottle and she was stabbing that thing. I was like, okay, maybe they can actually get away. I don't know why I thought that. I should have known better, but she was giving it a good shot. And I was like, okay, Ted and Karen have they've gained some respect in my eyes, because they really did try to save their daughter.
Mm-hmm. They did. Now, what? I can't even think of her name right now. About warning her parents. I don't know why I'm bringing Nancy. So, I think it would even matter if you warned your parents or not. You can warn them that something is coming, but nothing can prepare you for that.
Especially if you haven't seen it.
Right. And even them talking about it, what, you gonna walk around with shotguns like Nancy? No. So literally her mom had done the best that she could. Mm-hmm. That's better than some other parents could have, or people.
Because here's the thing.
Even the military couldn't even make it.
No.
So you preparing your mom wouldn't have changed anything. If he wanted to come after them, he was going to come after them.
Yeah. I think what would have happened if they had told the parents, like, Ted and Karen might have been a little more strict. They might have, but that might have extended to Mike and Nancy, and then Mike and Nancy wouldn't have been able to do what they do. Because let me tell you, this whole thing that they have going with the crawl and the precision with which they have this plan down to a T, and how everybody has their roles. And I was like, I'm impressed. Because again, I think this goes back again to the whole maturity thing with the guys. It's like, now that the whole town of Hawkins is affected, you don't have time for the kitty shit anymore. You don't have time for the stupid little arguments. Like, you got the little fun stuff, even though yes, there's some tension with some of them, but it's not anything that is really detrimental to the group. The whole Dustin thing, yes, he's dealing with his grief, with his grief, but when they call him like, hey, we need you to do this, that, and the other, he's prepared. He may not be quite as focused as we're used to seeing him, but he's prepared. He was prepared to be at the squawk that night. He just happened to go to the cemetery, and he basically walked into an ambush. But you know, that's what happens when you antagonize people, especially if they paying attention to you and they know your pattern. They know you finna go clean Eddie's grave up.
Yeah.
So, you know, but aside from that, just the way that they all operate, the way that they're all like, they're relying on each other. They're short, you know, they're shorthand when they speak to each other. The fact that Nancy is basically in charge of the whole stuff, because Nancy was like, okay, the trucks are going to be here at such and such, which means I want Hopper, blah. It's like, okay, Nancy being in charge of everything, which
you see where Mike gets it from. Like, Mike has that same ability too, to take charge and plan. He's a planner. He's a planner.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, even with D&D, we saw that. Yeah. So he's good with strategy.
Yeah, he's great.
And Nancy has that same thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Which makes me, well, I won't even say makes me, which shows us why Holly is kind of as level-headed as she is, because even
level-headed weird.
No. The reason why I'm saying that is because once she's in Mr. What's-Its house, once he's taken her, they've had the conversation. When she, you know, he gives her a specific instruction when he leaves the house. He says, don't go into the woods because a monster lives there. And she gets a note in the mailbox telling her, hey, I'm in trouble. I need you to come get me. And the path that it's taking her takes her straight to the woods. So what does she do? She sits there, she thinks about it, she analyzes the situation. She's already gone through Mr. What's-His house, so she knows that he used to be a Boy Scout or a Cub Scout. She knows he has certain things here, and she literally starts planning. I was like, oh, that's definitely Nancy and Mike's sister. Because when she's in a situation now where she has to kind of calculate the danger, calculate what she's doing, she doesn't act like a little kid. She really is like, okay, well, I need to do this. I need to do this. I need to have this kind of clothing on. I need to carry this. Here's a weapon. Like, she really has that same mindset like her siblings do. It's just so, you know, it just so happens that she's 9. So, of course, if there's somebody who, you know, she sees who is projecting himself to be friendly, somebody who's going to help her. And again, she's seen what's going on with her brother and her sister. She may not fully comprehend it, but she knows some weird shit goes on in Hawkins and that her siblings are a part of that.
Right. You gave her a lot of credit.
Yeah. So when that guy is like, okay, hey, there's monsters here. I'm going to come take care of you. And then when a monster actually comes and tries to get her, yeah, I would go with him too, because he's the one who's been saying all this time, I'm going to protect you. I'm going to help you.
Right. That just goes along about how all these kids got kidnapped in the 80s.
Yeah.
And all you have to say is, see, your parents had to go to another place and they want you to feel safe. So I have you. And then they're going to come join us in a few days. Come with me.
And unfortunately, that's what happened to a lot of kids back then.
Right. I'm just saying that does. And I'm saying that is sad. You giving her a lot of credit. To me, she's acting like a kid. She's acting like a kid. She was hesitant about going into the woods. She still didn't follow damn directions. Would you tell kids not to get in the car with a stranger, but they still get in the car with a stranger because they say something like, I know your parents.
Mm-hmm. But I mean,
but it's starting to click once she actually has conversation with Max, because that is true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what happened to Max. So it's kind of odd that she is in the same place as you.
And I'm so glad to see Max, because I was like, okay, y'all, I understand Max is in a coma, but I need Sadie Sink on my screen. So yeah, I'm glad we got her back too. Finally.
Mm-hmm. She looks mature and beautiful.
She does, but she also looks stressed. She like, I'm tired of being in this man's mind.
Right.
She's tired of being tired.
Yes.
Listen. And the fact that she almost got free.
What did she say? That the only choices she had was
option one.
Option one was to kill herself. I'm sorry, unalive herself. And 2 was escape, or 3 was accept.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's sad. And then it's sad that you see some things, and then you do actually see that Lucas is still coming to your bedside, running up that hill. He should be really tired of that song by that time.
He probably
however,
mm-hmm.
I'm trying to save her life.
Right.
But that she can feel his hand and everything. That was so sad.
And the fact that she was almost
there. Almost.
Except for the damn cassette tape. Don't y'all have CDs at this point? It's
1987.
Right. No, not CDs.
Yet. You should have had like it twice, like 2, so you just pop it in.
He need to have one of those Maxell 90-minute cassettes and just put the song on a loop.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know you look, it's the 80s. I know he could sit right there on the cassette tape. He can sit there with his hand on the record button for when it plays on the radio, just like we used to do, and just do that. But again, Lucas is not aware of what's going on with Max's mind, so he doesn't know. No. He's just like, okay, I'm just gonna play the song. I'm gonna play the song. Hopefully, it'll draw her back. But
all I have to say is, from seeing that, you must know when you get out of it and you come out this coma, you're gonna have to marry the man. Well, damn, you're gonna have to. He literally probably is the only one besides your mama coming to visit.
And if she don't
and talk to and read books to and sing songs to.
And if she don't make it, I feel bad for his wife, his future wife. Because she ain't never gonna measure up.
No.
Mm-mm. But this man been at your bedside
every day.
Mm-hmm.
Every day. And I'm sure the others go to visit her too, just like we saw Will visiting her to talk about their plan, about what they're gonna try to do. They're still trying to keep her in the loop, even though they don't know if she can hear, they don't know if she's aware of what's going on, but it's nice to see them be like, okay, you know what? She is still part of the group. Mm-hmm. Even if she can't participate, even if she can't hear, at least she'll, at some point, maybe she'll know that she's still part of us.
I was going to say something really horrible. I was like, I know it's one person who's not visiting her, but whatever. We'll visit because he can tell all his secrets to and talk to, and no one talks back. So he expresses his emotions. Mike has no time, but that's me and Mike. I'm just joking.
No,
okay, that was it. I think that one here. He ain't going to visit her. Okay.
Will, I don't think Will is going to.
11 can't get into the hospital, so.
Well, yeah, that she cannot.
But I bet she still tries to like search for her and stuff once in a while and see if
I don't know, because she seems very singularly focused right now.
She is, but I think she still tries. After that Eggo Waffle and Miami Vice reruns, that she may settle down and try.
I don't know, because she's trying to go on these crawls with Hopper.
She's right, and beat her time.
And he is not. He is not.
And see, she's another one stuck too, because he has valid points of why. Like, we're going to need you when we actually find him, not when we looking. Because at this point, you come in while we looking, we have someone. The military is looking for you.
If they catch
when it's time, you need to be ready.
Right.
Just be ready when it's time.
And if they capture her,
you don't even understand.
Because the military, they got a base in the Upside Down now.
Right, which is amazing to me.
Why? I'm not surprised. I wouldn't be surprised in this universe that they don't have bases all over the place. Because this is not something that they're new to doing. This seems like something that they've already done before. The way they have with the burn and the portal and how they have the base set up, it's almost like this is not the first time they've done this.
I agree. I think the thing that kind of surprises me is because up until the last episode, we didn't know where Vecna was. And the fact that I guess it was just that you don't know for sure that Vecna is dead. So he could be anywhere still in the Upside Down. Not only that, the Demogorgons could be in the Upside Down. And you guys aren't exactly being quiet about the fact that you're there. They actually have a monster. I don't think it was a Demogorgon, but they have some kind of monster in their lab that they're using to do whatever they're testing and all this other stuff.
And I don't think they know the existence of Vecna.
They don't.
I don't think they have. They don't know.
No, they don't. Who would they know that from? They keep thinking, which they always thinking it's 11. 11 is doing this.
Yeah.
See, they think 11 created this, and 11 is doing these things. Remember, they don't know nothing about him.
And so
last season.
And so when they were like, oh, they have something there in the base, I was like, it's not Vecna, because he can be doing all this other stuff. It had to be something else or someone else.
And you know what?
Because the person who knows it is dead.
Yes, and that I think that's the thing I wasn't thinking about. The fact that, because I was like, why wouldn't they know? But I don't know. Also, I kind of feel like, I don't know, there's something about Dr. K. I feel like she knows more than she's letting on.
She does.
But she doesn't know about Vecna.
And see, this is what I was saying we talked about this
because
friends on the panel.
The same thing on that is 11.
Right. So this is the same thing, or she was like 11 or not 11. We really don't know, but we need 11. Well, we were talking about with the panel about Dr. Dr. Brenner, about him working with someone else. So we do know that happens, because we know that the play First Shadow is canon. So this has occurred before. So I'm feeling like she's from that section when it first started happening.
Okay.
She'll be that age. However, they know a part about the Upside Down, but they don't know about Vecna. Only Dr. Brenner knows about Vecna because he kept that to himself. He just knew about.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because that was in his lab. Not when they were together.
And he was also kind of responsible for that whole thing. So yeah. Okay. Yeah. And I think the thing that I was maybe misremembering not the fact that they had that they knew Vecna's existence. I'm still thinking about 11's just kind of how she was so sure it was Vecna that they had because of the weapon that they created that basically is kind of like her kryptonite. She was thinking, she was like, it has to be Vecna, it has to be Vecna. And I don't know where in the process where I was watching it and I was like, I don't think it's Vecna. And then I really started thinking about Callie because I think the actress who plays Callie, she came to the premiere.
Yep, she was at the premiere.
And I was like,
that should have been like, oh, definitely.
I said, they're going to bring her back in some capacity for the final season. Now, I didn't think it was going to be the way that they did this, how they have her captured and they're using her powers, to disable Elle. But I'm like, now I want to know, how did you guys even get to her? Like, she was doing such a good job of hiding herself. So it's kind of like,
remember, she's like, yeah, she has her limits though.
But do you think, because sometimes people have the illusion that they are okay, so they may have known where she was and been just tracking her at some points.
Probably when Elle was with her.
And then for her, she's thinking, I've got away with this. But when they need you, and they know when to grab you.
I would think it probably was when she and Elle met back up.
Right. And then also, they could have been studying and watching from afar and seeing what she's doing. Yeah. They don't care what happens locally. Yeah. I don't care if you steal from a pawn shop. Well, we got bigger fish to fry here. So they could have been watching her and what she could do, what she can't do, to see how to create things to, you know what I'm saying? So,
or they thought they could use her against Elle.
They about to find out something,
or whatever they about to do, because it baffles me why everything is her fault. But I'm okay.
Who, Callie's fault?
No, Elle's fault.
Well, it's not really. It isn't.
Let's start from the beginning.
It could be.
It's not her fault.
No.
What did she do?
She didn't really do anything.
She didn't do nothing. No. The upside down was already there.
The only thing that she did was
she opened the gate because she didn't.
She pushed Henry into the gate.
But whose fault was that?
That was Henry's fault.
And whose fault was Henry being that way?
That's Brenner, absolutely Brenner.
Okay,
well, Brenner's the one that started all of this.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
because
you're not gonna
Henry already had the power, so he took advantage of a kid / teenager. I'm trying to close the plot hole there. Kid / teenager. He took advantage of him and then used him to make all these other kids and adults.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is not Elle's fault. She was a weapon that was used.
Agreed.
For those listening who didn't watch the play, yeah, Brennan found Henry and used Henry's blood and put it in pregnant women, which is what created that whole generation, Elle's generation.
And see, that's the thing. I don't know anything about the play except for the fact that it's Henry's kind of like his backstory. And I know that they're going to be using some of that in this season.
Yeah. And then they said that it was, and then they said it was canon. So all of that was canon.
Yeah.
Even the stuff about the parents
being in school together.
Yeah, not Nancy. Joyce
and Autumn. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which they have hinted at that in this first volume. So I'm sure we'll see more of that, and probably in volume 2. Because there's like this, I guess, a play going on. And you see in Henry's memories, Max and Holly are in his memories, and you kind of see this. And I was like,
Yeah.
So this is probably going to explain how all of them are connected, because you see Joyce, you see Hopper's name there, and I think there were a couple of other names.
Bob, Newbie.
Bob, yep. Oh, so
I thought it was sister's name on there. Was his name?
See, his name was on there.
I thought it was her name. I thought she was in the play.
Who?
Well, I don't do freeze frame, so.
Okay.
She was in the play too. But I think Bob was in it too.
Okay.
Okay.
And then so not to give that away so y'all can figure out. And also the reason dealing with the cave of why he can't go in the cave is in the play.
Okay.
And I'm leaving it at that.
Yeah,
But that is the reason.
I was kind of curious about that because
and the Duff brothers did say because it's canon, that is the reason why he won't go into the caves.
Okay. Because I was wondering about that because Max was like, this is the only safe place I have because he's scared to come in here.
Yeah.
It's like when you look at it from Max's point of view, it's just open country, very beautiful, very peaceful, very serene. So it's kind of like, what's in there that scares him? Which again, I guess we'll find out in volume 2. But yeah, all of that was very interesting about him because when we watched season 4 and Nancy and Robin went to go talk to Victor Creel, Victor made it seem like all of this stuff happened when Henry was a child, which, okay, if it happened when he was a child, but he's still, maybe under Dr. Brenner's guardianship or whatever, he still ends up going to high school. He still ends up doing some of the normal stuff. It was like, okay, but it's just kind of interesting that I don't know, and I guess I'll have to wait until we see those just kind of that background of his filled in.
Yeah. I mean, and this is not no spoiler, even though it did happen when he was a kid and it was before the doctor, and then the doctor came to him.
See, in my mind, I just say, you know what, Victor is an unreliable narrator. So in his mind, Henry is a little kid, but in reality, he was probably much older, a little older.
Yeah, because that's what people are trying to reconcile. They're trying to reconcile season 4, how he looked younger. However, he was in high school. So, but also it's how we present ourselves when we tell a story.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I think Victor is not a reliable narrator because he's still looking at him as his child.
Right.
Because those flashbacks were from his perspective.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. And that's when you do, because sometimes when you think of your kid, you sometimes don't picture what's right in front of you. You picture like a good average age, and that's
and then also he's not aware that that Henry was the one that was doing all of that. We find that out when Henry is talking to Elle. So,
right.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. Yeah, that's correct. But just how everyone had an issue with the age.
Yeah.
But I like what Anthony said, like, that's how his dad still sees his family.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, just him a little younger. Probably the age where everything was simple and innocent before it became crazy.
Before it became what it was. Yeah. Okay.
I was gonna say another bad joke. Like, Erica's parents probably thinking of her when she was little, when it was cute.
You know what?
Now, she's a teenager and it ain't funny.
So since you bring her up, we need to talk about Miss Erica Sinclair because, baby.
Okay. Yeah. So I love Erica, but we need to seek some counseling because she is so willing to poison a family.
It wasn't poison.
First of all,
okay, you drugged a family. Now you drug. That's still, you don't drug nobody.
I want to say this one thing. I just want to say this one thing. She was so into it that she brought a syringe as a backup plan because she knew that girl was not going to eat her pie.
Because she knew Tina.
And she was prepared for that outcome.
Okay.
She had the syringe. She was ready for it.
She was ready, but
that's a problem.
And she did seem upset about it. I'm just saying. And I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. I'm just saying. I wouldn't be her husband and make her mad. I'm just saying.
No, definitely not. But it's
or like, she have kids. Don't mess with her kids.
You can't. Given the situation and what they were dealing with, you can't be mad at her for being prepared.
No, I wasn't mad. It's just this was the slight enjoyment. Okay. But and then the thing of okay, so everyone, come on now. I need y'all to understand because I see a lot of complaints about her friend Tina, that Tina was white. It's okay that Tina was white and a Republican. They are from
Hawkins, Indiana,
really?
in the 80s.
Thank you. It wasn't that many Democrats in the area, and it wasn't that many blacks. Yes, she had a few black friends at the mall. I don't know what happened to them. Okay, they probably died in the mall fire, like half the town did, which
they
is crazy
probably
to
were
me.
on summer vacation when Hawkins split open, and they're probably not in the town anymore.
That's true.
Or no, but even growing past before that happened, her friend has been Tina. Tina has been talked about since season 2.
Yeah. Because it was probably one of those things like with Lucas and Will. Lucas and Will have actually been
and that's
friends
what I'm saying.
longer
So,
than any
come
of
on
them.
now.
So,
and then Tina and you see Tina got the back and forth too. Like Lucas said, Tina is a villain. That's Erica's type right there. I would not mess with those two. I would not mess with those two.
Let's say, is Tina evil? No, she's a villain. Wow.
Which again is why Erica went there prepared.
I mean, and she knew. She's like, I know she's not going to eat this pie. I know she's not.
Think about the scope of what they were about to do. They're about to use this family to try to trap the Demogorgon because they knew it was coming after Derek. Yeah, they had to go through some extreme mess because, again, it's kind of like the whole thing with Nancy. Oh, we could have warned our parents. How are you going to walk up to this boy's parents and be like, hey, so there are some monsters associated with this whole split in the town, and he's going to come after your dipshit of a son, and we want to actually help you guys so that doesn't happen. Do you know how fast they're going to call Hawkins police? Like, come get these crazy kids. And if you got the same two people who are leading Hawkins police, because obviously nobody knows Hopper is back right now. Hopper is still living in the living in the
his
woods.
Cabin. Now who paying the mortgage and taxes on that?
It's paid for.
It's paid for.
Taxes. You still pay taxes, but okay. It's neither here nor there. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but they there really wasn't anything else for her to do. She's like, okay, this is the plan. This is what we have to do. So we're gonna have to knock them out. And we got to make sure that this happens because I mean the stuff that they did to these folks. If I was Tina's parents, when I came back to my house
and I
found a hole in the floor and all of my wine
that we have collected,
all of the wine,
I will have a problem.
Yeah.
Hey, I will not accept any more Derek slander on this podcast because Derek is not an asshole.
He was.
No, Derek is just misunderstood.
No, Derek
was a bully.
He's highly intelligent.
He is.
And he was a bully.
And I think he was just bored.
But he didn't have to bully.
I don't think he was bullying anyone.
When someone tells you to stop, you stop. He was in that playground. I don't think he was. He was being an ass on that playground, and she told him to stop, and the kid said
he
stop.
was a bully.
It was mean.
He got scared straight when he saw the Demogorgon, and he was like, "Oh shit, this shit is real."
Right.
Oh, that was one of the great lines when he was talking to the military people. And he was like, I seen the thing and y'all are not prepared.
Y'all can't do shit.
But you know who else he's scared of? He was scared of Erica. Erica's like, come on. He's like, oh, forget that. I'll just climb up. I'm good. Because you knocked out a woman.
A man.
Will, you had Will rolling on the ground with you. But then you saw Erica, you took off running.
Yeah.
But no, I fell in love with Derek. But let's be honest. Derek was a mean kid. He was, but I understand what you're saying. No one played with him, so he just took it out. And you see how his sister is, so that's just how he knows how to interact with people.
There's a difference between being a bully because he don't seem like the kid that would be like, "Give me your lunch money."
That is not the only type of bully. When your sister says, mom and dad says, come to dinner, and his response is, they can bite me, bruh.
That's not being a bully. That's just,
but no, we're not talking about, but that's what we're saying. Their interactions. Look at his sister. So they do that at their house. You get what I'm saying? So he doesn't know how to interact with people. That's what I'm saying. Other kids.
So he wants to play with you. He doesn't know how to. So he just spins the merry-go-round faster.
Thinking that's fun.
Thinking that's funny.
And that's not funny.
But it's not
funny. Because he was alone in the classroom. Nobody want to deal with him. No one want to deal with Derek. He got that smart ass mouth.
If I'm just walking minding my
I agree, but I'm just saying. I agree, but I see where he's getting it from. He got a billing sister. His parents is drinking a buttload of wine, so I don't think they even realize they got 2 kids in the house. And I say that because they got a gorgeous wine collection. Karen would like to be invited over, but yeah, but look at how the kids responded to him when he had to get the group together. It was quite interesting that they were listening to him. He was doing the meditation and then hitting the mess out of their head to get their attention. But he led them. Like he had a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's all he needed.
He did. I do. I feel so bad for Derek. I like Derek now.
Oh, I love him now. Yeah. Like once he saw the light, I was like, okay, I can get down with you. But I
think he was always like that. He was building a molecule in the class. He's very smart.
Yeah, but Holly did say to Henry, now he mean.
I didn't say he wasn't mean. I don't think he was a bully.
We'll agree to disagree on that.
And he may like Holly, so he just didn't know how to.
No, we're not. No, we're not gonna start that discourse. That I like her, so I'm gonna hit. No, we.
But honestly, though, looking at how his sister is and how she responds to things, clearly that's how that dancer they got in their house, though.
And I know, and that's the way.
Because that must be acceptable when he can just him and bite me.
It was back then in the 80s anyway,
right? Because even Erica got a flip mouth.
Yeah,
let's be honest.
If
Lucas don't, Eric.
If Derek is a bully, Eric is a bully.
Oh, now we. I mean, what is the running joke right now? Send Erica to Dairy Maine, and she will have Pennywise out of that town in 5 minutes.
People just don't mess with. She don't have to be a bully. They just don't mess with her. Nobody messing with her.
Yeah, there's a reason.
Yeah, nobody messing with her.
You're a bully.
No, she doesn't have to be a bully. She
don't have to, because they literally just not gonna mess with her.
Here it is. She don't take no shit. So if you
right,
try
and
to
she
bully
tells
at
the
her,
truth.
so you just like her,
you just
she
back
gonna
away.
Stand up for herself.
Beep beep. Nah, she ain't stand up for herself. I think she just tell people how it is, and you just be like, you gonna get your feelings hurt. So just back away. Beep beep beep.
Well, that too, but she stand up for herself.
What she called what?
Think about how she was with
bald-headed bastard.
Yes, exactly.
You tell a grown adult that. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What did she say when they were trying to tell her we need? She was like, "Y'all got 1 minute, 55 seconds,"
and she was so excited about the wormhole, which must be very important for us.
I mean, she just likes being smart. She was like, "It's my favorite class," and then when they were like, "Oh, well, Holly's been kidnapped by the Demogorgon and Vecna and blah 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 blah," she was like, "Y'all should have led with that." I was like, "Yeah, why didn't y'all? Y'all know Erica don't deal with this no nonsense mess."
No, but seriously, the wormhole is important because they always bring a lovely science teacher to explain something.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, what?
Yeah. Okay, so I want to move on now to some of the other characters that we haven't talked about yet. I was not expecting the friendship with Robin and Will, but I am here for it.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up. I love that partner. I love every year that they do partner people up with in different situations. Mm-hmm. So I really enjoyed the Robin and Will.
Yeah. And I like Robin's dynamic anyway, because she's the person who, like, she has smarts about her, but that's not immediately what you notice about her. You just notice that she's kind of, she's very talkative and she's very nervous and she's very, she gets flustered very easily. But you also notice that she is very loyal to her friends, that she has a big heart. And yeah, her conversations with Will in these first 4 episodes, just basically once Will accidentally discovers that she's gay, and the way that she pays attention to him, and she was like, oh, okay. Like, she notices it about him without it being said aloud. And the fact that she kind of gives him her little pep talk and just kind of helps him to accept things about himself, and also just to kind of look at things in a different way. I was like, this was not the friendship I was expecting, but I love it. I love that he actually now has someone that he can talk to that's not within that immediate circle. So he may feel more comfortable, talking about his feelings or opening up to her about things that he wouldn't necessarily with the rest of the group. And I think that's very important for him, especially in this first part with what happens in the last episode. Is kind of like, I don't know, like him breathing, him being able to finally accept who he is fully, without any worries, without worrying about what other people are going to think about him, without worrying about the whole thing with Mike, because, okay, yes, obviously we all know he's in love with Mike. But also I kind of wonder if that's really the case with him. And I think Robin kind of touched up on that. She's like, yeah, the first crushes that we have, the people that we attach ourselves to, you kind of think that even with regular relationships, that's going to be kind of like the end all be all, like, oh, this is the person I'm going to love forever. And that might not necessarily be true. That might just be the person who is there for you to awaken those feelings, or for you to realize, oh, this is what I'm feeling, because I've seen a lot of people who speculate that Will and Mike are going to end up together at the end of the season. And I just don't think that's going to happen. I don't think I would want that. 2, it just doesn't feel right.
It doesn't, because honestly, Mike really loves 11. And 11 loves Mike.
Yeah.
He does love Will, but as his friend.
Yeah.
It works out better that Mike is Will's first crush. Something that he had to overcome to then find the love of his life. Not Mike.
Yeah.
No, because I don't care for Mike. I mean, I'm fine with Mike, but not because it's Mike. I'm just saying, don't make a relationship that don't need to be made into one.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's his best friend.
But like I said,
and he has a crush on currently at this time, because that's
that. But I mean, a lot of people do that. Their crushes are their first best friend, especially a best friend of the opposite sex for the most part. But sometimes it can be for the same sex, and it could be that you're gay, or it could just be that you're a kid and you're confused and you don't know. But most of us don't end up happily ever after with our first crushes. That would be almost impossible. You know what I'm saying? Like, who ends up with the person they were crushing on at 5? No, nobody does that. Nobody does that. So, but I like the fact that Mike is like the person that he feels that way towards, because it's a person he's comfortable with for the most part. And I feel like once Mike finds out about Will, even if he finds out that Will is in love with him, I don't think that he is the type of person who would shun Will, or who would make him feel bad about it, or make him feel awkward about it. Especially after the conversation they had where, Will was talking about how, basically they're talking about Will's possibility of having his powers. And Will is like, oh, so you're saying I'm like Vecna? He was like, yeah, but there's nothing wrong with that because you're the good part. You're the sorcerer. Like that's who you've always been for us. I just feel like once that comes out in the open and everybody is cool with it, I think at that point Will realize, oh, okay, you know what? That was just my awakening. This is not what I need to do. Because I think part of him does kind of feel bad about that because 11 is like a sister to him. And you basically are crushing on your sister's, boyfriend. But I don't want him and Mike to end up together. That would just seem very weird to me. But I do hope that he is able to kind of be completely himself in front of his friends and that be okay with them. I mean, we know it's okay with Jonathan. We know Steve would have no problems with it. Because I mean, when Steve found out about Robin, he was just like, oh. And she was like, Steve, say something, because she's thinking he's going to be upset. And Steve was like, but Tammy Thompson, like, really? So hopefully Will has that same experience. But again, Robin, big part of him kind of accepting who he is. And the result of that we get at the end of episode 4, when I say I really think I need to start taping my reactions because I flipped out. Just seeing Will be able to kind of tap into his, and I don't know if we want to call it his power, but his abilities.
Because we know he didn't have it going into the Upside Down, but clearly the forced diet that you had to be on for a couple of days,
right?
This is what you have. So yes, I was like definitely cheering. I've watched that scene about several times.
Yeah. Anthony's looking like way too many times.
Yeah, I'd say I just felt finally for him. Mm-hmm. And I know even in real life, he was like, oh, yes, finally for my character, too. Because, again, he's off to the side. He doesn't connect with everyone, especially after being, taken. Mm-hmm. And then not just taken the first time, in the second season, too, being evaded. Like, that was a full-on body assault.
Yeah.
Of his whole body and brain. Like, just always being the target and the victim and being off to the side.
Yeah.
And finally finding your power.
Yeah.
And I absolutely loved it.
Yeah, because I would say I was worried when they showed him looking through the Demogorgon's eyes. I was worried. I was like, are y'all going to tell us that Will is evil? Like, are y'all going to tell us that he is a part of this? I was like, I don't want that to be. But the way that they're doing it, with him being able to, I guess siphon is the best way to say it. Like, he can siphon Vecna's powers. I guess that's kind of the way. What is he doing? Because he
has them. He's plugging into the hive mind.
But
that's and he's using the same powers.
But see, that's what I'm saying. Is he like siphoning them? Because if he's
he's not siphoning.
No, because if he's not plugged in, he doesn't have the abilities.
Right, but he's not siphoning him. He's not taking power away from him. He's using the power. Once he's plugged in, he can use it. But he's not siphoning anything from Vecna.
Okay.
But it was fantastic.
It was
because the Demogorgons don't think. They're not human. They don't have human brains.
Mm-hmm.
So when he's plugged in, he actually can think and use his mind. So he's able to use the power too. So he's just plugged into the same socket. They're plugged into the same power strip.
Okay. Yeah. Either way it goes, it was cool because all of them are getting attacked or about to get attacked, and you just see them kind of free. The Demogorgons freeze in the air, like they can't move, like something is holding them back. And then when you see this Will, because automatically you think it's 11, like you think 11 has come to the rescue, right? Everybody else, the military is dying, all the kids are being snatched up or whatever. You really think that, oh, when this happens, this is 11 has come out from the upside down, she's whatever. When they showed Will, and he's already holding back the one that's trying to get at Mike, and then you have the other one in a totally different location trying to go for Lucas. He does the hand, that one. Then you have another one in a totally different location going after Robin, and when he put his head up, and that Demogorgon, I was like, you know what? This is about to be some good stuff. Because finally, like you said, finally, Will has, and I think even he was getting, I don't know if I want to say tired, but he was just kind of like, oh, I think he was on Jimmy Fallon's show, and he was talking about when they got the script for the table read, and he was saying how he hadn't read it yet, and people were like, have you read it yet? He was like, no, it's just gonna be a bit more of that kind of thing.
Yep.
And then when they got to the table read, I don't know if you've actually seen the video of them at the table read when they're reading that particular scene. Like,
yeah. When he knew before then. When he said when he first read it, he was at home and with his roommate, and he shared it with her, but like literally he was like about naked, just jumping up and down
because he was in the shower. Yeah.
Right. So that's what I was saying when I said it earlier about even in real life, he was like, okay, we're gonna have the same thing, me being a victim again, but now him finding power and being the one to honestly can save them.
Yeah.
Who have saved them.
Like finally, it doesn't all fall on Elle.
Right. And it's not all about everyone trying to save Will.
Yeah, that too.
Mm-hmm.
That too.
So
because you gotta wonder, Elle has been doing this for by herself for so long. What kind of toll is that taking on her body? We already see, even with Will, when he uses his abilities to kill the Demogorgons, he has the nosebleed. We see Elle, she gets that every time she uses her power. What is that doing to her physically? Because I'll be honest, Elle is one that I am worried is not going to make it through the season. Especially she and Mike are sitting up on the roof, and they're talking about what will happen once all of this is open. They're talking about the future. And Mike is like, yeah, usually in the stories, the people leave town because too much has happened. She was like, do you think that can happen for us? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, no. I just,
no. And then
I don't think she's going to make it through the season.
And then I'm trying to use that logic of, okay, so if she dies, that's Hopper. He loses another kid. Would they really do that to him? Damn, he may be dead too. So
yeah. Because I'll be honest, when he showed that bomb, when 11 found that bomb, and he was like, yeah, if this dude is in here, I'm gonna go take care of him because I don't want anything to happen to you. I can't risk losing you. Well, you gonna be gone, so what does it matter? What?
Yeah.
But let me tell you, I was sitting there like, if they kill Hopper in this first volume, I'm gonna be so mad. Thankfully that didn't happen, but I was just like, I'm not ready to lose anybody yet. Now I have a feeling this second volume coming up, I have a feeling we're gonna lose somebody. I think if it's gonna be Elle, it's gonna be in the last episode. It's gonna be in but I have a feeling we are going to lose someone big in the next episode. I mean, in the next volume. I don't know if that's Hopper. I don't know if that's Joyce, because I kind of feel like Joyce is on the chopping block as well.
I don't know. She had a Vecna threw her, and he threw her so nice. After
she landed gently.
I mean, he destroyed. He destroyed.
I mean, Vecna knows that's why
the army. But her, he just
Well,
just blew her over.
I kind of know why he probably didn't kill her.
If they use that,
yeah.
If they use them knowing each other in the past, could be.
Yeah.
I don't know, but she, he wasn't really trying to hurt her.
So she landed so softly and gently.
She did, yeah.
She might have been one of the only people who was nice to him.
Probably so.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, we will see. I'm just happy that once we come out of Thursday, Christmas Day, we don't have much more time for
only
the
a
final
week
episode.
Right. I think all the kids are safe. I think the young adults are not safe. Nancy, Jonathan, and Steve.
And Robin.
I don't think they're safe. But I think all the kids are.
I don't even think Nancy will ever die.
I don't think Nancy will die.
Because even Nancy in Nightmare on Elm Street dies. So
she does, and that's what she's tailored out the butt. I don't think Nancy. No. I don't think Nancy, and then it's not Jonathan because they're gonna put Nancy and Jonathan really when she's supposed to choose her own person. But
that's
she's gonna choose Jonathan, and then it's really true. Steve's gonna save everyone.
I don't think Nancy's gonna choose either one of them.
Oh no, but like even in this volume, Steve ain't saying he in the running. He was like, "It's y'all two. Y'all need to get it together."
But I don't think she's
so he's not even trying to be chosen, but he's still gonna die because he's gonna protect them all.
Well, okay. So
I'm preparing myself for my Christmas nightmare.
I know.
Okay.
And I mean, Steve says that he tells Jonathan, she's my friend, and he emphasized friend. But then later on, when they're in the this was last season, I think it was, when he told her, when I think about, a Mrs. Harrington and all the kids, I still think of you. I don't think he's out of the running, or I don't think he thinks of himself out of the running, because I mean, the idiotic stuff that they pulled in the first episode, I was like, y'all are so childish. Like, I would be glad
he is, but
choose either one of y'all.
Yeah, but he's being very respectful of their relationship.
He is, but
he also, really is. I don't think Steve is trying to hook up with the next girl.
That's so competitive.
But that's true too. I don't even sometimes think it's Nancy. I think he's just competitive. And he got to prove himself because Jonathan took his girl.
Well, I mean,
honestly, Jonathan took his girl.
He really did. Mr. Steal Your Girl.
Yeah, he did. So,
yeah, but I don't think Nancy's going to end up with either one of them in real life.
I hope she goes off and has a beautiful future.
Yeah. But I think
I wouldn't mess with her either.
She's a little too independent now at this point. And she's way more mature than those two guys, because even if Steve is like, I'm not in the running, that's on y'all, Jonathan is too insecure. Two, Jonathan is not honest with her. Like before all this stuff happened with Hawkins, he didn't even tell her that he didn't apply to the school that they were supposed to go to, because he felt like he needed to take care of his mom and his brother, which I think if he had told her that, she would have understood it. She probably would have tried to talk him out of it, but I think she would have understood. And the fact that he felt like he couldn't talk to her about that, and then all of this stuff that they're going through now, I'm kind of like, I need Nancy to go off on her own, and like, you can still be friends with both of the guys, but I just think, nah. But of course, if one of them dies, it's not going to matter. So.
Yeah.
But ma'am, weren't you supposed to do like some bingo cards for us for Stranger Things?
I wrote down my thoughts and opinions. I did a check off.
Yeah, but they were looking for the people from the panel was looking for you to have a bingo card.
Mm-hmm.
No, I wasn't gonna make the bingo card.
That's what you said.
That's what you said.
I said y'all got to get your own bingo card and fill it in.
No, that ain't what you said.
No,
that's not what you said.
That mean that you get you a bingo card.
That's not what you said. That's
what you think is gonna happen.
Didn't she say she was gonna do it?
And yes,
she did.
So I meant my own, and then everybody bring their card and see what you put.
Everybody in that room thought you was gonna post. A bingo card.
Oh no, I'm so sorry. No, but I needed y'all to write down on your own bingo card what y'all thought was gonna happen. We're gonna see what really happened.
So
before it happened, because hindsight.
If I do it now, I'm a cheat.
Well, you can't do it now because no one has died yet.
Nobody has died yet.
So
like Karen and Ted came close, but
yeah, but you could really put, because we're in the final countdown now. So this was just let's tell you where everything is. Well, let's set it up.
Well, I had that Max was still alive and running around in Vecna's head.
I said Max will be important.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had that.
Max and she was
around in his head.
How is she important? I think she's more important in helping Holly, who's really important.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So
what I did not have was Ted attacking a Demogorgon with a golf club.
I don't think anybody
had that on their bingo card. Nobody.
But
had
I will
that.
say this too.
And Karen with a broken bottle of wine.
Right. I don't think Ted's gonna make it though, just because he and Karen both got attacked. But notice the kids, their focus is all on mom. So either Ted is gonna die, or
Ted don't know nothing about Holly and her imaginary friend.
Yes, he does.
No, he don't.
I mean, only as far as
she has one.
She has
right, but who knows the details of this man? Mom does.
Yeah.
Because they know that they talk to mom. They ain't talking to dad. He knows nothing.
Yeah, because you don't really see them have any kind of conversation, especially a deep conversation with Ted. But we have seen it with at least Karen and Nancy. You know, but yeah, I think Ted is
and then while they running around, you know, she been with her baby that's her baby. So she know what's happening to her baby.
Yeah.
Things that I couldn't fathom that how would they fix the earth opening up? I couldn't figure out how they would fix that.
I don't know, because that metal band-aid ain't it.
I was gonna say they ain't really fix it.
But like, how would we move on in this story? Like, I didn't know how would the town look. Would it just have this big old opening? Like, what would happen? I like what they did with the metal band-aid. Now, them making everyone stay in town, because I was wondering why people didn't leave. Because you can't. Now, this should be called kidnapping. However,
they've been quarantined.
Okay, that's what we want to call it.
It's not kidnapping.
That's what they're calling it.
It's been quarantined.
I mean, but some people made it out of town before they quarantined.
Mm-hmm.
And some people are coming back because, I mean, Murray is coming in as like delivery, because you still got to let people in. You got to get food. You got to get supplies. You can't just quarantine a town off and then just
but only the suppliers are coming in. It's not like your parents coming to visit you.
Yeah, that's true.
If they live in another state, you out of luck.
Yeah.
They are not letting anybody leave. That's why it's okay for them to pull up in your driveway with the school bus and collect your child. Something's not right. You didn't sign off for this.
Yes.
But if they men with guns, you do what they say. But
that's what I'm trying to tell you. They didn't ask. They told you, give me your child.
But you know,
and you're already quarantined. What are you gonna do? Who you gonna complain to? Nobody's listening.
Just like
think about all the concessions they've already had to make. It's been 18 months,
right?
So,
and you know, like Holly going to a strange man's house and staying.
Well, I mean, they don't know that that's what's happening. They think she's been kidnapped by a monster.
No, I'm talking about Holly.
We are talking about Holly.
No, I'm talking about Holly herself. You were a strange man
who warned her about the monster coming, and the monster actually showed
up. The monster actually showed up.
I understand, but it's still creepy. Okay,
it is creepy.
Else in the street, nothing, and he has all your favorite things. I know we talked about that, but I'm just saying. These are some things I just couldn't possibly.
Yeah, it is creepy. But again, this is the only person she can trust right now, because even your brother told you monsters don't exist.
Right. So, yeah. So,
But at least when she's shown the truth, or when she's told the truth, she didn't do the little typical little kid thing, like, oh no, you're not telling the truth, or this is a lie because that's my friend. She didn't do that. She listened and she was like, oh, okay, you're making a lot of sense. So what do? You know?
Yeah. But I had my noise over there. I did have that Mrs. Wheeler was important. And she was. Yeah, she was important because she gave the information about. Oh, I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. She's still alive, but she was important in this volume because she helped Mike and Nancy find out
that Mr. What's It is Henry Creel.
So I can check that off my list.
AKA,
I had it as she was important.
Number 1, 001. I was just like, and I will say this too. I like that Jamie Campbell Bower is getting his flowers now because I have felt for a very long time that he has been very underrated as an actor. He is phenomenal in everything he does. So the fact that he is getting all this love for all the different things he's doing with this show, I'm very happy about that.
Oh, you'll be happy. The other day he showed up. You saw he showed up in the play.
I have played every single clip. I've shared it on my Facebook page. Yes. I was like,
people are so
could I have not been there?
But that would have been so amazing because you're watching it because you're like, yeah, you know, and then he turns around and you're like, what?
You're just like, wait,
what
is that? What? Yeah. I would have freaked out. But okay, so Upside Down. We gotta talk about this wall.
Of membranes.
I was like, did y'all steal this from Game of Thrones? Because that's what it looks like. It looks like the wall. And it's growing and it's got stuff in it and
Well, I do think it's cool that Dustin worked out that the research lab is in the center.
Mm-hmm.
That research lab, let me tell you.
Yeah. And that Vecna is probably at the research lab.
Right, and he is protecting himself against these weirdos who decided to put a whole military compound in my area.
It's interesting that he chose to attack the convoy because I don't think he's ever attacked the convoy.
No. He didn't choose. So I told you why. He was on his way to the house.
It was an accident. They crossed his path.
Right.
I got it.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. It just happened because they were in the way. And they start shooting at me. I have a mission. I was on my way over there.
But my whole thing is the whole thing with the military being in the Upside Down, like the hubris for you to plant roots in this other dimension.
Did you not see General K?
Yes.
She is 90% hubris. She worse than Brenner. She's 90% hubris.
She is.
That is her whole aura, is hubris.
Listen, I mean, and I
Linda Hamilton is amazing, but she played that character to a T.
To a T. To a T.
You thought Brenda was bad.
Yeah, I think Dr. K is gonna be way worse. And the way that she was using, like the I don't even know what you want to call it. It's because it's not the Demogorgon, the Shadow Monster, whatever that thing was. The way that she was controlling it with the heat and the cold and almost killing Hopper, I was just like, this bitch crazy. This bitch be crazy. Like, and she's talking about it and she's talking to him so calm, like, oh yeah, so we do this and it just, it just might strangle you a little bit, but you're just gonna do this and she was so calm with it. And I was like, she has familiarity with this beast. She's been there since the beginning. She has to have been part of that program, because also, how would you know how to get Callie and to use her powers to disable 11? You have to have some insider knowledge.
And so that's what I was saying. And apparently, like, he ain't by himself. It's always two people working together, and they split off because they decided something different. She may be crazier than him. And he was like, I ain't doing that.
Yeah. Because
and you saw what he did.
Yeah.
So Dr. Brenner was like, I can't work with her. I feel like they work together. I can't fool with her.
And how much experimentation do you think she did on Callie to figure out how to create that device?
A lot.
Oh, yeah, a lot. And see, she doesn't have any ties to the kids, whereas Brenner kind of built himself up in this father image to them. Mm-hmm. He built a bond with them. So even when he was doing the horrible things, he still had a little bit of a personal stake. You saw that at the end with him in 11 when he was trying to get her to forgive him, because he was like, I was just trying to help you. I was only doing this for you. Yeah, but you went about it in a really, really shitty way.
Yeah, because then I'm like, what really did he do wrong? I'm just joking. How
long do we have
kids? I'm sorry. The only thing I'm like, well, maybe he did not do Henry that wrong, because Henry was a tad bit dangerous. Too dangerous.
He was dangerous,
however, but then no one knows that part. So just going by, he just was dangerous. He didn't have to implant.
No.
It wasn't bad to implant.
Even going by the show, he was killing little animals.
No, he's dangerous. So I said, do that bad with him. He stopped him from using his power. Yeah. I'm saying that part.
Yeah.
I just said experiment on women in while they're pregnant and then taking their babies. And telling the babies that they're
torturing them, the kids.
Right. I'm agreeing with you on that. I'm just saying with Henry, maybe he didn't do so bad trying to help out the situation. Because he knew he was dangerous.
Anytime you take those kinds of measures to try to quote unquote help a situation, you always make it worse. It never fails.
Right. He was just gonna be crazy.
So yeah. But
he was killing small animals.
That Dr. K.
First of all, he killed his mama. Try to kill his sister, and then try to kill his dad.
Right.
So,
because my whole thing was, okay, if you're going by the reasoning that Henry and 001 has given to like 11 for why he's doing the things he's doing, he wants to quote unquote cleanse the world. He wants to get rid of all the bad people, because the bad people doing the bad things are blah blah blah. So I can understand, given his father's history, like what his dad did. I can understand how, from a child's point of view, like dad probably didn't know that he did what he did, because I think the thing was that he was supposed to be firing on the enemy and ended up killing an innocent woman and her child or something like that. I think that's what it was. That could have been an accident. If he had done it on purpose, different. But that was probably an accident. But to his child's mind, he's not looking at it as this is an accident. He's looking like you killed these people and you didn't take accountability for it. You weren't punished for it. You just came back and started living your life. So I can understand how that could be something that might aggrieve him. But what did your mom do? What did your sister do? Like, your sister was just, all she was happy about the new house, skipping up and down the stairs and playing and minding her business.
Really was his sister, because I think he said about his mom. Did he?
I can't remember.
She was thinking something.
I think only that she thought something was different about him.
Or she was taking him to the doctor, Dr. Brown.
She was.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because the way that they treated certain things back then, yeah, he probably like, oh, okay, yeah.
I hear what you're thinking.
Okay.
But not his sister.
Yeah.
She's playing with the Barbies. Leave her alone.
She just minding her business, skipping up and down the stairs. So, she
would have been traumatized from what she saw. You didn't have to do nothing else.
Yeah.
So.
Or maybe in his mind, he killed her so that she wouldn't become one of those people who did such and such, which again presents a problem, because now you are making decisions and doing things based on what people could do. You're not giving them a chance to actually grow up, make choices, make the right choice, because his sister could have grown up to be a great person, but he didn't give her that chance. But yeah, his whole thing, like what he's planning on doing with the kids, yeah, it comes off very creepy. And it's like, from his point of view, again, from his warped way of thinking, he's trying to fix the world, and the kids are going to be the way for him to do it. But dude, you're not doing much better telling the kids, oh yeah, we're going to get your friends first, and then we're going to get your families.
Mm-mm.
How you going to do that when 2 of them in the hospital because of what your things did? Like, yeah, it's just, it's not gonna work out the way that he wants it to work out. And I'm just like, especially with the kids that he got, that whole thing with them getting the kids into the tunnel, and like that whole plan, I was just like, how were y'all even able to pull this off? But
it was actually a good plan.
It was, but that
until Lucas got a little bit excited.
Well, I mean, yeah, it was what was it? It was the leak in the pipe.
Yeah, that pretty much caused everyone to go towards the bathroom, because if not, they were solid. Yeah. I mean, not with Vecna. No, it wouldn't work with Vecna. But they were solid with the military, though. That was a good plan.
And that's the other thing, because y'all didn't notice all these kids getting up, going to the bathroom, and not coming out. Like, who?
It was one teacher. Come on, and they're not paying me overtime for this. So it
was more than one teacher in there.
I'm just joking. Oh. We were sitting in the corner talking.
Okay. I mean, and the teacher's fine, but the military is supposed to be a little more diligent. Like, y'all are supposed to be protecting those kids.
Yeah, but they're supposed to be protecting them on the outside. Really, the teachers were supposed to be monitoring. And you know what? This is off hour, so I don't know what y'all want me to monitor. They went into the bathroom. And Derek over there with with the meditation group. We just assumed they were going
to the bathroom
and coming back to sit with his group.
Oh, yeah.
We're just happy that they were quiet over there. That group was quiet.
They were. But
it was a good plan.
Yeah.
It just didn't matter where they popped up. If they could have got them a little bit sooner, they could have been out of town.
Yeah.
It would have worked, but.
And Vecna got the glow up in this season.
He been taking that Ozempic.
Burned half his body away
and shot at him. That's true. So, yeah. I mean, he's done, but he has. He's looking good.
Yeah, looking deadly.
That's right. Very deadly. When you putting your fingers through people's heads. Yeah, that was a lot.
That was a lot.
I'm just saying.
Listen, I was like, you didn't even have to do all that. You really did.
But a glow up too was Mike leading the children away from danger and making sure that they didn't really pay attention to people being shot and killed in front of them.
He was like, eyes on me.
Yeah. So I enjoyed that part.
Yeah.
And the kids, wait for me. I'm thinking, when you scream, wait for me, you need to keep up.
Like, do you not see these monsters that's going around?
Right, and the military is shooting and stuff. Nah, I'm not gonna wait for you. Keep up.
Yeah. But I mean, and all of them were doing great. Robin Murray and Joyce had some of the kids because they all got separated once they got caught. Lucas had a couple of the kids. Now, unfortunately, Vecna has all the children now, but he doesn't have his Demogorgons, or at least he doesn't have those 3.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many he has now, but it's just kind of
interesting.
It's very weird to me that the military has that outpost in the Upside Down, and the Demogorgons have been silent up until now. That seems very weird to me. But maybe
Vecna has a long-term goal. Like
Yeah.
they've basically done everything he needed them to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He needed them to sense a threat and put all the kids in one place where he can
Yeah.
get them.
Yeah.
You know, the
I mean,
kids
they really made it
they
easy
kind of
for
messed.
him.
Well, the kids kind of messed it up for him because they kind of spread some of them out, but he was able to recover.
Mm-hmm.
But they did exactly what he needed them to do.
Yeah.
And then he was done because he sent them back to kill Robin, Lucas, and Mike. Like, I'm tired of these children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to end it all right now.
The whole disrespectful thing about it was he sent the Demogorgons to kill them. He had Will in his grasp, and he just basically was like, you started all of this because you showed me that children are weak and I can control them. So thank you for that. And just left him there.
Right.
But then he still say I still got use for you or something. But you know, to him, Will is not the threat. Though.
No. Right. He's gonna use Will when he wants to use Will. So that's why he's not gonna kill. You're not gonna kill your pet. Yeah. Your little child. You're not gonna kill them.
But he about to learn.
But that was told, it was told disrespect. Like, you just picked him up, talked to him, and just like, I'm done.
Yeah, just basically
and walked
was
off.
Like, you're weak, and you showed me that children are weak.
Yeah.
And
I've been using you this whole entire time. Thank you.
I was like, that was so disrespectful. And I know Will was probably like, you know what? I ain't been holding the back of my head for the last 4 years for nothing.
Yeah, I was so peaceful in California to come back to this shit.
Right.
But
I mean, if he had stayed in California and all this stuff would have happened, he would have felt guilty.
Yeah.
And he would not reach his true potential.
Nope. And that potential boy changed his whole entire look. I was like, first of all, we're looking good.
Mm-hmm.
Very confident.
Right.
Looking strong.
Mm-hmm.
Looking like
that haircut was different because it was all wet and wavy.
And when he did this, I was like, oh, Will.
And the look on his face, I was like, oh, excuse me. Okay, so I said, volume 2, don't have him looking like no victim again, please.
No.
I'm looking strong.
I think this was Will's Lucas and Mike glow up. This was his, you better lay your hands off Dustin. Oh, you're the mouth breather. This was his moment for that. So now it's just Dustin's turn, but Dustin, let me tell you, when Dustin took that damn drill to Steve's car, I was like, okay, this is when Dustin gonna die. This is when Dustin's gonna die. But yeah, I mean, now Dustin is literally the only one who needs to have his glow up moment.
Yeah.
You know, and it could be that, okay, hey, you got to do this for Eddie. You got to do this to make sure that, you know, the truth about Eddie comes out so that he can rest in peace, so you can have your peace, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I needed to come in the second volume because kind of like what Lucas said to at Max's bedside, we all have to be together in order to get this done. So Dustin got to get on it. He got to get that glow up, and I'm gonna need Max to get out, which I know one of the episodes for volume 2 is escape from Camazotz. So somebody's coming out. I don't know if it's gonna be her or Holly. I'm hoping that it's Max.
I'm hoping that it's Max too.
I'm hoping that it's Max. Holly may end up getting left behind because she may be the one to convince the other kids that, hey, this is what we need to do. You need to come here. Like, she may be able to rescue the other kids like Max rescued her. And then they're able to give Vecna hell.
I mean, all I got to say is the second episode is on. Holly is just having just an awesome time at the Playhouse here. This is creepy. This could be a creeper. And she over here baking cakes.
She's 9.
Dancing.
We're looking at this from grown-up eyes.
I know. And back in the day, everything was innocent. You are absolutely right. you go with the stranger. You exploring their house, and you find, things made out of skin. See, you don't do that. You snooping in things. You don't.
Yeah.
She has dresses. She made her some chocolate cake, watching television. I mean,
it's interesting you said something about her helping the other kids, because her D&D character that Mike has for her,
Holly the Heroic,
makes portals. So maybe that you might be onto something there.
Yeah, kind of like what Michelle says. They don't tell us certain details without it, being important later on. So I don't know. Maybe that has to do with that whole wormhole thing too. I don't know.
And especially since she's reading A Wrinkle in Time, and all of that is about making portals and saving kids and saving the universe. So
Yep,
it makes me want to go back and watch the movie. I'm not reading the book, but
read the book. The book is superior.
I meant by Christmas Day. Seriously, I can watch the movie maybe by Christmas Day, but not read the book by Christmas Day.
The book is probably that thick.
It's not that big.
Okay, again,
you know what, you have to
watch the movie while I'm like,
you have to read the whole
working, and I'm trying to get something in to assist in watching volume 2.
Gotcha.
I don't have time for that.
Look, I might need to go.
If y'all feel like that, then y'all read it and tell me what happened.
I've read it.
I was like, I might need to go to Goodwill and see if I can find a copy.
I've read it. I'm not reading it again.
I may have read it in elementary school. I don't even remember.
So I didn't, but I saw the movie.
Oh, okay.
I
know I didn't see the movie, so but yeah. But we got 3 episodes coming on Christmas Day at 8:00.
8:00.
And then the finale is on New Year's Eve, also at 8:00. It's called The Right Side Up. That one is actually 2 hours and 5 minutes. And we are going to see that in the movie theater, and I'm excited. But I'm also sad because that means it'll be over. Like, we're starting 2026 with no Stranger Things, period.
No, but I'm okay with that because it's over, and then I have something I can watch from beginning to end.
Yeah.
And it's
complete. Then you have books.
But it's also complete because the Duffer Brothers care about this and they put in the work, and it's complete.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can't say that for a lot of things.
That's true.
I'm hoping we don't have a Game of Thrones situation. I don't think so, because they're staying true to what they feel the story should be, and not because it needs to end or it's too much money and this and this and this from HBO. So, because it's not HBO.
And also, this is theirs. It's not like they're waiting for an author to finish what they're doing. So,
you know what I'm saying? This is something where they had to, because I've been watching their interviews, where when they first went to Netflix, they had to explain what the Upside Down was, but they couldn't give it away. Right. But they had like 15 pages of information, just so that they could be aware. So you really thought about this.
Yeah.
Yes, you may have thought that they wanted mini seasons, but they wasn't sure about it'll be season 1. I know people are like, well, you know nothing about Vecna. But they knew about the big bad, which we don't.
Yeah.
We won't really know until next week.
Yeah, I was gonna say Vecna is not the big bad.
Right. So we can say he was a part of the story, but and there's some things that they're closing up. Like they're bringing Callie back. They want to close that up. They're gonna tell us who opened that door when Will was being chased.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
that's what I would like. Give me some closure. Give me a good wrap it up in a nice, pretty, neat little bow.
Because I know this can't go on. Like, they are adults, and if it does go on, how sad is that for their life? That they're totally in the trauma response. Like, they haven't had a rest time. So once this is over, maybe people be dead, but they can stop. It's over.
Yeah.
They're not waiting for something else to keep happening to them.
Yeah. Unless we get something 10 years down the road where it starts affecting their children.
Well, that would be a quite great story.
I heard Nancy might get a spinoff show.
Her spinoff is a book.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they have Stranger Things novels, and there's a Nancy novel coming out sometime early next year. So yeah. But you know how the media, they spin things and it's like, oh, she's got a spinoff. I was like, they're not doing a show. They're not. Yeah, no, it's a book.
Yeah. Because I think they're doing something else.
Yeah.
So.
But is there anything else in volume 1 that we did not touch on? I mean, there was a lot that happened.
Well, I just wanted to mention Hopper and Elle's assault on the base, which I thought was kind of cool.
Yeah.
She told him she could do it, and she did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, he knew she could do it, but he was trying to protect her.
Yeah, timing was off a little bit, but you just never know until you're there. You got to be put in the situation.
Yeah.
Flying over, the bus and stuff like that, and doing pumpkin heads is not the real thing.
But I mean, but he,
cool because
he
you see her potential.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
But that last run, he told Joyce. Joyce was like, "Did she clear it?" And he was like, "With a second to spare." So he knew it, but he's trying to protect her because he doesn't want to lose her.
Right. No, I mean, when she did it, he was saying, "Oh my gosh, no, your time's off. Your time's off."
Yeah.
And it was, and she was like, "Oh shoot, I missed." When she jumped, she was like, "Oh shit, I missed," but she recovered quickly.
Yeah. But
yeah, so
and the revelation that it was Callie, I thought that was kind of cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
And and it's cute that Robin and Vicky are together. Oh, it's cute, but this ain't gonna work. Because you want to tell Vicky what's happening because you keep canceling on Vicky. And Vicky look like she getting a little tired.
She getting a little tired, just a little bit.
Yeah, because you trying to take her to Enzo because you have made
fucked up.
Right. So this is not gonna work.
None of y'all, Nancy and Jonathan, are different because both of them are in it. But if you don't need to be dating nobody who has no knowledge of this, because you're gonna have to be lying to them, and then 2, you could possibly be putting them in danger that they don't necessarily need to be in, especially if they are ignorant of what's going on. That's just not fair, So it's cute. I'm glad she found, she got her crush. But yeah, that is look, Vicky might die.
That part. So
it will suck for Robin, but again,
at least she had a little love before,
Yeah.
It went away.
Yeah, but you don't need to be in a relationship when you are trying to find the thing that is trying to end the world.
Right. Well, I really did enjoy volume 1. I've watched it twice. It flows really well. So it's not one of those things where I can say, okay, this happened in episode 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, clearly we know what happened in 4.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the big thing was
however, but it just seems like it's a great flow from one to the other. I really actually probably liked episode 2, the trap. I really did.
Episode 2 was good.
Yeah, I really liked them working together.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Episode 2 was like old school Stranger Things.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
But I think 4 was my favorite because of Will.
Oh yeah, 4. Yeah. I mean, I like 2, but
because I was just like, finally.
4. I love 2. 4 is just the 20 minutes. Well, no, it's more than 20 minutes. It starts when Derek, the meditator, Was getting those kids in that bathroom. And then when everything went to hell, it's like I like that. But I liked everything. I'm just saying those are the just the parts. Like I enjoy like Mike being physical in episode 2. Like he did good.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm always great when Nancy has a gun, any type of gun.
Anytime. Yeah. Anytime Nancy is in her take charge mode.
Yeah.
Yes. Also I liked finding out what happened to Max. I like having that kind of, because I was really worried about that. I was like, I don't want her to just spend the entire time just in the bed. Give this girl something to do. So
so it was cool, you know, seeing where she woke up to and where she's, you know, landed, make her home in the cave.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Now I need the Henry Creel backstory, because again, I don't know anything about the first Shadow. I purposefully have kept away from it, because I was like, I don't want to know anything just in case it has something to do with season 5. And then I'll probably go and read some information on it. I really want to see it. But you know, I don't know if that's gonna be
and it's different here in the States than it is overseas too. Because we watched a video where they talked about they talked about the differences and stuff. So it makes it seems like that we have a short attention span also.
We stupid.
That's not what she said. She said,
I'm going to go with,
that was the implication. That's why they made the changes.
Yeah.
Because we're stupid over here.
Yeah.
No, I think over here we also view theater a lot different than they do over there. So, but you know,
no, it's literally stuff that has nothing to do with theater. It's just like, because we got to dumb things down a tad, but that's okay. It's all right. We'll get better one day. Probably not, but we will.
It ain't gonna be before episode 8. So
no, it won't be.
So again, we have the 3 episodes for volume 2 coming up in a couple of days. So we will continue recording Stranger Things by volume, because we just see, especially with this being the holidays, trying to do it episode by episode was just not working. I mean, we rescheduled trying to do episode 1, I think 6 times total. And it was just like, okay, you know what? At this point, we will never get it done. So we will do volume 2. And then again, we will be spending our New Year's Eve at the movie theaters watching it.
Maybe we'll do a live reaction afterwards.
That would be great. That would be fun. We may have to do it. I'm sure Michelle and I are gonna be ugly crying. We're gonna have tears.
Right, and I'm gonna be like, can't see a thing too.
Yeah.
Can't see when I sit that close to a screen, but I'm there for it. I'll figure it out.
Yeah, because it's a small theater. And those things were going quick.
And what made me mad was that after I purchased about $500 worth of tickets, everyone in the app kept crashing, and I kept thinking I didn't purchase tickets, and then I did, and then I had Anthony over here purchasing tickets, and then all of a sudden I'm getting confirmation you have bought tickets. What? They opened up a big theater. I was like, why you just didn't do that beforehand? I'm confused about that.
But it's also an hour later, which means that they will have an hour of some kind of spoilers before.
No, they won't, because we would be sitting up in that movie theater like this. Put your damn phone down. Everybody put your phone down. Don't say a word. Yeah, okay, it started.
We're gonna go. We're gonna be one of the first people to see it. That'll be great. And then, like Anthony said, we may do a live reaction video. We may talk about some stuff, and then Stranger Things will be over.
Yeah, and then it'll be New Year's.
Yeah.
Look, I'd be like, we're
gonna enter 2026 stressed and distraught.
I'm just going to bed.
I know, because what can
help everybody? I'm done.
Right.
I need a moment.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be me too. So
right, I'm like, Michelle, you okay? No, I'm not okay. I'm just going to
No,
be in the bed.
I don't think we're going to be okay, but it's going to be okay. So, but until then, we hope everyone has a Merry Christmas. And that is it for our show. You can find us online at www.fandomhybrid.com. We are on social media, on all the social media at Fandom Hybrid. You can chat with us on our Discord channel. You can watch our videos on our YouTube channel, and you can listen to us on all major podcast streaming platforms. Thanks for listening. We hope you join the conversation next time.